let's talk about College Football 26. Now, the game is a little less than 2 months from being released, and right now a lot of people have the same questions. What's going to be in the game? We haven't gotten much info yet. They said they were going to reveal things in May. We're more than halfway through May, and we still haven't gotten that reveal yet. What's going on? So in this video, I'm going to go over when we can expect information, some of the stuff we do know, and we're going to talk about something that just recently happened today. Now, if you're new to the channel and you don't want to miss out on anything about College Football 26, I'm talking about gameplay videos, all the trailers, all the news for Dynasty, Road to Glory, and more. Make sure that you subscribe and turn the bell icon on so you don't miss any of this info when I drop it. You know, more than half of you that watch the videos aren't subscribed, so you could be missing out on some very important videos and you won't even know it. So let's start with the info we got today. Now, we did know that the announcers were not only adding new lines to the game, because that's something that typically EA announcers do every year. Sometimes it doesn't really seem as noticeable as you would think it is because you are hearing a lot of old lines repeated as well. But we know that new lines are getting added to the game, but we did find out recently that Chris Fowler specifically was re-recording a lot of his stuff from last year because he heard the feedback about how things just didn't sound exciting enough. There wasn't enough energy in some of the calls. So he's been re-recording that, and he actually dropped a pretty good video today, so let's check it out.
I hit this today. Hit it a few times. It felt great. This, of course, is the nebulizer that I use to pamper the vocal cords on a strenuous, momentous day here in the little voiceover room where I'm working on the EA Sports next college football game. I've been asked, yo, like, what's in that? Water, salt water to be exact. Good for the vocal cords. Nice little cool mist that goes in there. You take a break, hit this, and you come back strong. And I had to. It was a very intense day in here. A lot of high energy calls, trying to up the energy, the intensity from the current game where we felt it was lacking. People want a very realistic game, and this game is super realistic, but they want you to also go crazy on the call every time their team makes a first down, which is not realistic, but we want to make them happy. And my part is now a wrap in this game, and I'm proud to work on this with EA Sports. You have no idea the number of dedicated, talented people who strive and strain at every detail in this game to make it great, and I marvel at their dedication. I'm humbled to be a part of it, and you're going to see every year they'll continue to improve this game and enhance it. I can't reveal too much, but the new 26 game will have lots of cool stuff. Today, by the way, I read 150 new names. Guys will be playing this season, and they are now in the game. So we salute them, and I will raise this glass, which is not salt water, a spectacular añejo from Berta and her team at Casa Dragones. This also makes the vocal cords feel fantastic. This is to all the folks at EA who put in so much to this game, and to all of you folks who enjoy the game. I appreciate the nice feedback, and it feels great to be wrapped, and I can't wait to have this game come out and see the reaction to it. Cheers.
So as you can see there, we do know that Chris Fowler has been hard at work. Just like last year, he's kind of been updating us along the way. He said that he is officially finished with College Football 26, and we should hear a lot more exciting calls in the game. And I'm glad that not only him, but just EA themselves kind of heard that feedback and went there to rework things. Because, you know, sometimes people might take offense to that. Like, what do you mean my calls weren't good enough? What do you mean I didn't sound this way? Well, he heard the feedback and he said, all right, let's go back in there and let's make it better. So I'm really excited to hear what the announcing is going to sound like when this game drops. Now, we're going to continue on with some other things we found out, plus what you can expect and when to expect it. But really quickly, I want to shout out today's video sponsor, Underdog. If you like sports and you like winning money, then you've got to be on Underdog playing their pick'em game. Basically, all you do is pick higher or lower on player stats, and if they hit, you can win some big money. But my favorite thing about Underdog is they always have specials and promos going on to help you win money. So, for example, they're going to give you a free play right out the gate when you sign up. So, during these NBA playoffs, for example, if you were to sign up for tonight's game, they're going to give you Jalen Brunson to get a single point. That means all you need to do is get 1 point, and that's it, you win. If you want to wait and play on Sunday, for example, for Game 7, they're going to give you Jokic to get a single point. And no matter when you sign up, there's always a free play like this. And currently, during the NBA playoffs, they're also running what's called an extender promo, which is pretty cool. Basically, you start with Game 1, they're going to give you a token, and you can boost your profit by 40%. Once you use that token on your Game 1 picks, you'll unlock another token for Game 2, which is now going to give you a 50% boost. And you could do this all the way up to 7 games where you will boost boost up to 100%. So they're giving you a chance to really maximize your winnings here. And don't forget to use my code RAY at sign up, RAY, because they'll also give you up to $1,000 in bonus credit on your first deposit, and you just simply can't beat that. Now, of course, when it comes to College Football 26, we do know a few other things about the game, like that there's going to be high school and Road to Glory, because they did drop a little bit of a teaser trailer a few weeks back. It's also been kind of a leak and a rumor for a while now. We also know that coaches are going to be in the game because the cover shoot leaked about a month ago, and we saw that coaches were present for that cover shoot, which means they're going to pretty much be in the game. But I've seen a lot of people saying, you know, last year we had a lot more leaks, we had a lot more info leading up to the game, we heard a lot more things. This year we haven't heard so much, and also we haven't gotten the reveal yet, and we're getting close to the game. And people are saying, well, maybe they're not doing that much to the game this year, maybe they're not adding that much. You know, maybe the hype is just not as big as it was last year because it was the first game back, so, you know, they're not looking to get the info out as early. But I don't really think that's the case. Now, of course, we don't really know fully what's going to be in the game. Could there be plenty of updates? Sure. Could there be just a few? That's also possible. We don't know yet. Only thing we do know is about high school and coaches, really, and that they're updating announcing, because those are the few things that either leaked or have been talked about. But also, I do want you to keep in mind, a lot of the leaks we got last year were a lot of common knowledge stuff in a way. Like, we got a lot of leaks because of Matt Brown, for example, who was able to get the records from schools via the open records request or something like that through emails. And obviously, he was giving us a lot of good information, but it was stuff we kind of expected, right? Like, he was telling us about the depth of which, you know, EA was getting uniforms and songs and audio from the stadiums, right? Which are things that we knew were going to be in the game, right? They weren't big leaks in the sense that, oh, of course we knew there were going to be alternate uniforms, there's going to be crowd noise, there's going to be band songs, right? We knew that. But what Matt Brown was able to do was kind of let us know more of the extent, like which schools were sending in what, how much certain schools were sending in, or just how in detail EA was trying to go with some of this stuff. So that's really a lot of the leaks we were getting last year, which was good information because we just wanted to hear anything about the game because it was about to come out. But it wasn't anything over the top until EA themselves started releasing like specific features like wear and tear and the switch stick and the recruiting system and all of those types of things, right? Like that stuff came from EA, and we're kind of on par with where EA was last year. I believe this week last year is when EA dropped the full reveal trailer and they dropped some of the beginning info. Now, of course, we're here on Friday. That hasn't happened yet this week, but we know that their full reveal is still coming in May because they said that a few weeks ago when they dropped the teaser trailer. Now, if I had to guess, next week is when we're going to get the reveal trailer. It could be the last week of May, though. It's going to be one of the 2 weeks, but I'm here to tell you that unless there's some kind of crazy pushback, we're definitely going to be getting that info within the next, I would say, like 12 to 13 days. I really believe it's going to be next week, but we'll have to wait and see. Now, what can we expect when they drop the first bit of info? Well, they're not going to drop everything, just like last year. They're going to drop some of the basic info. They're going to give us a cool, hyped up trailer, but we're not going to know all the little details until probably the month of June, where they're going to do the deep dives, right? So what you could expect over the next 2 weeks is we're going to get the cover. There's probably going to be multiple different covers, the deluxe cover, the standard cover. We're going to see the hype trailer like last year where they were kind of showing all of the entrances, and you know, they didn't show a whole lot of gameplay in it. Now this year, maybe they show more gameplay in the reveal trailer, but typically they save more gameplay stuff for when they do a specific gameplay deep dive, which usually comes a few weeks later. But we'll definitely get that trailer, the cover athletes. We'll probably get some of the basic info. Like they're probably going to touch on high school a little bit on their website, which we already know that's in the game, so that won't be something completely brand new, but we might find out a little bit more about high school. We might find out about a couple of dynasty features they're planning to do. We might find out about a gameplay feature or two. They're going to pretty much tell us the big bullet points for the game, the things that they feel like are going to sell the game to people that are interested in buying it. Then when we get to June, we're going to have the deep dive. So 1 week it'll be gameplay, 1 week it'll be dynasty, 1 week it'll be road to glory. And on those days, just like last year, there's going to be a dedicated trailer, which will probably be like 4 to 5 minutes, that's breaking down specific gameplay changes and mechanics, specific dynasty mode features and recruiting changes. And then on those same days where they drop those trailers, they'll also drop a blog on their website that'll go really in depth about every single specific thing. The trailer is going to highlight more of the bigger points of gameplay or dynasty or what have you, but on the blog is where they're going to touch on everything. If you remember last year, for example, the dynasty blog, I believe it was like 80 pages or something crazy. I remember I did a video breaking it down, and I want to say the video was like 40 minutes or something like that. Like, it took a while to actually go over all the info. So those are the days where you're going to find out the most. So to kind of sum it up, next couple weeks, you're going to get a cover, a trailer, some bullet points. All throughout June, you're going to get deep dives specifically on each mode and gameplay itself to find out every little detail about the game. Now again, make sure you're subbed up so you don't miss all of this info, because I'm probably going to have some exclusive info along the way as well that you're not going to want to miss. In the meantime, if you want to see the teaser trailer and some of the pre-order stuff we know about, make sure to check out this video right here on the screen.